The most powerful way to work and play with parts of the self is to pinpoint the attachment need underlying their inner realities, to honor that, to hold space for that, to say, I love the part of me that needs to feel seen. I love the part of me that wants to feel supported. I love the part of me that needs to feel safe. I love the part of me that wants to feel respected and recognized. I love the part of me that wants, needs, craves, desires, fill in the blank, whatever feels most aligned and attuned with that part of the self. I love the part of me that wants, needs, craves, desires to feel and then pinpoint that attachment need. And then, once you've identified the underlying attachment need at the foundation of body-mind miracles, because all the miracles of navigation and regulation in the body-mind depend on the well-being of attachment needs. Navigate and regulate in relation with those attachment needs, first developed into existence through attachment development. Once you've created space to recognize the underlying need in the body-mind, to honor the part of you that is experiencing that need within body-mind miracles, then to explore who would those aspects of my self-essence be if those needs were already met with unconditional love. Not temporary love, not inconsistent love, not contingent love, not conditional love, not a love that if you do XYZ, then you'll receive the fulfillment of that. If you be this person, then you'll receive the fulfillment of that. If you do these things, then you'll receive the fulfillment of that. But what if those specific attachment needs or internal needs of body mind miracles were already fulfilled with unconditional love? They're fulfilled automatically just because you're here, you exist, and you deserve it because you are love. Because you are love. And so, of course, you deserve to experience love because it's who you are. And so, who would those parts of self be if those attachment needs were already met with unconditional love? And then to start to meet those parts of self as that love, to honor those parts of self as that love, and to reintroduce those aspects of self to their own self as love. Because if there are parts of the self feeling loneliness and despair because they don't feel seen and loved and treasured and appreciated and celebrated with a sense of belonging, then first we acknowledge that attachment need. I love the part of me that wants to feel treasured and valued. I love the part of me that wants to feel celebrated and like they belong. I love the part of me that wants to feel seen and loved for who they are. But then to shift the way that those parts of self are associating with who they are. Because if parts of self are experiencing loneliness and despair, then they're probably associating those feelings, those sensations with who they are. And they don't necessarily know their identity of self-essence beyond those sensations. And so we want to help these parts of self understand why they're experiencing what they're experiencing. And that's projections from body mind navigation in relation with these attachment needs. And then we want to help parts of self see who they truly are as love. And so those parts of self are not loneliness. Those parts of self are not despair. Those are projections from body mind navigation because of unfulfilled attachment needs. Those parts of self are love's sacred joy, love's sacred embodiment. And if those attachment needs were met with unconditional love, then those parts of self would experience themselves as love's sacred joy and love's sacred embodiment, with love anchored in the body, love anchored in the emotions, love anchored in your existence. And so when we work and play with parts of self, we want to first pinpoint the underlying need that is affecting their inner realities. And then we want to meet who those parts of self would be if those specific needs were already met with unconditional love. And it's okay if it doesn't feel that way, because the way that we're feeling is a projection from the body mind navigation, not the truth of the essence of your consciousness or your soul or your true self. But when we can start to reframe things and meet parts of self in new ways and help these aspects of self associate with their own self in new ways, then we can create some healing, nourishment, conscious expansion, and loving liberation in a way that creates somatic transformation and liberation. Somatic transformation and liberation. And this is just one step of it. There's always other things to do, but this is a key component of it. And so if you're experiencing something within your inner realities, I invite you to explore what internal need is underlying what I'm experiencing, and how can I honor that part of me? And then shift and say, if those specific needs were already met with unconditional love, they're fulfilled no matter what, because that's what unconditional love is. Then who would these parts of myself be? How would these parts of self experience their own existence from the inside out? This technique can be applied in a more specific way if you're looking at a specific style of body-mind navigation, a certain pattern of thought, a certain pattern of feeling, a certain pattern of choice tendency, a certain pattern of expression within mental or emotional health, mind-body connection, masculine, feminine energies, etc., even personality traits. And anything that's coming from body-mind navigation can be explored. And so what is that experience? And then how is it stemming from body-mind navigation? What components of neuroscience, such as attachment development, neurodevelopment, left-right brain hemispheres, forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, and the triune brain, nervous system activity in relation with social engagement, unconscious memories and patterns of feeling and movement, data throughout the neurobiological social engagement system, etc., what details of brain-body wiring are contributing to the projection of this body-mind navigation and how it's affecting aspects of self. And then who is the aspect of self within that by exploring consciousness and distinguishing the essence of soul self from that brain-body wiring and the details of body-mind navigation, and exploring the interaction between self-essence and brain-body wiring, distinguishing the awareness of self from the experiencer of self, differentiating different parts or aspects of the inner experiencer from each other, differentiating the self from brain-body wiring and body-mind miracles, and differentiating the actual wiring that exists from the details of personal experience being projected from and through that wiring. And so with distinction and connection between these different elements of self and experience, we can explore any sensation of inner realities and body-mind navigation in a new way. And again, this goes for any type of projection from body-mind navigation: thoughts, feelings, choice tendencies, habits, movement patterns, responses, sensations in the body, sensations and emotions, sensations in the mind, mental, emotional, physical, energetic bodies in personal experience, mental and emotional health, mind-body connection, masculine, feminine energies, different personality traits. All of these are navigational projections from and through body-mind miracles. So what is the experience you want to understand? Let's explore it from this lens of neuroscience, what's actually happening in the brain-body wiring. Now let's connect deeper with parts of the self. Who is the self within and beyond that experience? And having all this distinction and connection between different components of self-essence and this brain-body wiring that's translating experience. Now that we have this understanding, let's dive even deeper. What are the attachment needs that are bridging those worlds? Attachment needs bridge the worlds between body-mind navigation and regulation. Attachment needs bridge the world between the brain-body wiring and the projections of personal experience. Attachment needs bridge the world between the awareness of self and the experiencer of self. Attachment needs bridge the worlds between the essence of self and the physical body, the brain and the body, the actual physical vessel that the self is flowing within through. And so the essence of self and the brain-body wiring, attachment needs bridge that world because the self is love and the brain-body wiring developed through experiences of love, and attachment needs bridge how the soul merges with the body. And so what are the attachment needs that are beneath all that brain-body wiring and beneath the way all those self aspects are encountering this experience right now, this sensation from body-mind navigation? And then once you pinpoint those attachment needs, then to connect deeper with parts of the self, to have more attunement with those aspects of the self. Say, okay, I honor the part of me that has this need. And if that need was met with unconditional love, then who would that part of me be? And how can I connect with the truth of who they are while being reborn as infinite love, while attuning with myself as sacred love, while connecting with myself through unconditional love? I love the part of me that wants to feel supported. I am sacred presence. I cherish the part of me that wants to feel stability. You are sacred relaxation. I love the part of me that wants to feel celebrated. You are love's infinite joy. I honor the part of me that wants to feel respected. I am sacred power, love's sacred power, love's sacred empowerment. And in this process, then, we start to apply these insights so that parts of the self can feel seen and honored in a new way, so that there can be more attunement and connection, more unity throughout aspects of self, and more power and opportunity to nourish brain body wiring, to nourish body mind miracles, to nourish these navigational structures that are affecting how the essence of self, the sense of self, the identity of self, the being of self, to encounter personal experience through this brain body wiring. And then we can dive deeper and say, what is a practice that we can start to do on a more regular and consistent basis to nourish those specific attachment needs and start to guide the body mind to navigate the love of the true self, so that these parts of self can know themselves as love's joy, love's empowerment, love's bliss, love's ease, love's relaxation, love's embodiment, love's presence, love's attunement, love's fill in the blank. This is just one of the many modalities and applications of my Trifecta Treasure Trove original concepts developed over these past several years. And these can be applied in body, mind, soul, self treasure mapping and a variety of other amazing opportunities. If you want to dive deeper, I invite you to explore offerings through my Trifecta Treasure Trove, which shares these journeys in an intimate way. There are self-guided journeys. Restoring Consciousness Toolkit is a nice introductory beginner journey. Self-love liberation is a perfect intermediate journey that really goes over all the different clues of consciousness, all the different attachment needs, and all the different ways to nourish these parts of self, the love that they are, and these specific body-mind attachment needs to create transformation through simple, fun, easy daily practices. And a deeper dive is the Liberated Consciousness Lifelong Reference Guidebooks. A lot of amazing content if you want to dive deeper into some of these ideas. And then I offer one-on-one sacred soul sessions through Body, Mind, Soul, Self Treasure Mapping, where we go through a process of looking at what you're experiencing, identifying the underlying body-mind wiring through a lens of neuroscience, psychology, consciousness, and deep connection with the soul essence of your being. We create treasure maps to apply the insights we just learned. And then we dive deeper into actually applying this inner standing to connect deeper with these parts of self, to create a daily practice that can allow you to nourish those attachment needs and spark somatic sensations of loving liberation so that all parts of you can know the love that they truly are. And if you want to dive into the deepest degree of monumental wonder and get to know all parts of you as infinite love, to be reborn as infinite love, to understand the essence of who you are as unconditional love, to reunify with parts of yourself and to know the truth of all that you are, and to create healing, restoration for body mind miracles, so that the body mind wiring that creates your thoughts, your feelings, your choice tendencies, movement patterns, affects your personality traits, your mental, emotional health, mind body connection, balance of masculine, feminine energies, all the different things that allow you to experience the uniquely individualized state of your own consciousness through brain body wiring and the navigational projections and regulatory protocols that are translating and impacting every moment, to create healing restoration for brain-body wiring so that it can learn to navigate expansion with infinite love, to support the navigation of your own self-essence as infinite love, sacred love, unconditional love. So the way that all parts of you know themselves and experience their own existence is rooted in unconditional love, sacred love, so that you can be reborn as infinite love, so that trillions of navigational networks carrying a lifetime of unconscious memories, a lifetime of patterns of feeling and movement beyond awareness, a lifetime of trillions of energetic navigational networks can be explored, understood, shifted, transformed, improved, and expanded beyond anything you have ever known. And in this journey, not only will you experience profound wonders along the way, but you will learn the underlying skill sets so that you can carry this knowledge, wisdom, these practices and tools, this understanding and awareness, these techniques and modalities with you moving forward, so that you can explore the miracles of your existence and understand sensations of inner realities, translations of personal experience, and the details within your sense of self by exploring aspects of neuroscience, exploring components of consciousness, exploring body-mind miracles, but in a simple, fun, easily understood way that can be treasure mapped, so that you can map the treasures of you and understand the application of these insights in a profound and personally applicable way, and connect deeper with all parts of yourself in that journey. And then have play prompt prescriptions, simple, fun, easy daily practices to nourish attachment needs, create shifts in brain-body wiring to reunify with all parts of you and to be reborn as infinite love. I invite you to explore my 3 or 6 month intimately personalized one-on-one multi-month journey through reborn as infinite love using the Trifecta Treasure Trove, original modalities I've developed over these past several years. Reborn as infinite love includes weekly video sessions with me where we explore these concepts, and a variety of self-guided journeys, including self-love liberation and the Liberated Consciousness Lifelong Reference Guidebook, and so much more, so that you have a lot of amazing content to support your journey before, during, and after each of our sessions and our several months together, so that you really have so much assistance, support, and magic to nourish the love that you are, to create restoration for body-mind miracles, to heal and nourish all components of implicit health, and to meet all aspects of yourself from this lens of infinite love, sacred love, unconditional love, to know yourself as love's sacred power, love's sacred witness, love's sacred champion, love's sacred abundance, love's sacred presence, love's sacred bliss, love's sacred joy, and love's sacred embodiment. And anything that doesn't feel like the truth of that love can be understood in relation with how the body-mind is projecting navigation from its navigational networks and brain-body wiring and the attachment needs that are at the foundation of that wiring, and to nourish those attachment needs and resculpt that brain-body wiring so the navigational networks have more opportunity to support the love that you truly are. And so parts of self can be connected through that brain-body wiring in a brand new way. If you're interested in a 3 or 6 month journey through Reborn as Infinite Love, I invite you to schedule a miracle meeting with me, a free complimentary video call where we can discuss infinite possibility together. And you can share more about your personal intentions for investing in your own loving liberation at this time. And I can answer any clarifying questions and share more about how this journey can be personalized to fulfill your exact intentions. inquire about a multi-month journey, schedule a miracle meeting, schedule a single sacred soul session, a one-time session with me through Body, Mind, Soul, Self Treasure Mapping, or any of my modalities, or to order a self-guided journey, I invite you to email me at heavenonearthfromwithin@gmail.com. And there's also more information in the video description below. I would be absolutely honored to serve and support your journey of healing nourishment, conscious expansion, and loving liberation, so that every part of you can know the love that you truly are.